Swamp, silk and steel. Deep where the cypress roots twist like lies, she was raised on gator blood and fireflies. Folks say kin from Lafitte clan both ways. Some wore medals, she chose blade. Came up mean, came up fast, drove like a banshee, never looked back. No stars, no stripes, no kin she claimed, just a shadowed voice that whispered her name. Oh, Layla, they call her Vypra, but one voice says Layla. Silk on her hips, steel in her stride, Cobra's own ghost with a crimson night guide. No oaths to break, no truth to kneel. She's the bite in the dark, swamp, silk and steel. Silk, back. They say one uncle wore on her like war paint, but she saw weakness, she learned restraint. Joined the fangs just to spite the Lafitte name, then found her fire in Cobra's flame. Layla, my blade, my shadow, strike not for glory, strike for command. Forget the blood, serve the will, become the ghost they fear to kill. Oh, Layla, they call her Vypra, but lady calls her Layla. Where's the silence like a serpent's skin, cuts through truth with a widow's grin. You won't hear her coming, won't feel the steel until you're swallowed whole by swamp, silk and steel. Layla, Vypra, swamp, silk and steel.
Yo, Joe, listen up, I got a story to tell about a guy named Logan. Oh, he's so swell, he's the G.I. Joe gamer. Cool and witty, talking about those characters, heroes and villains. At midnight we shout, Yo, Joe, or Cobra, talking about the Joe team and a Cobra tide. Joe's got snake eyes, the silent ninja in black. Quick with his swords, he'll give you a heart attack. Then there's Duke, the leader, so bold, gung-ho, always ready to fight and make those cameos. And we can't forget about Scarlet, the ultimate girl power. A fierce warrior, she'll make her enemies cower. Cobra's got Destro to supply the weapons. Cobra Commander plots and schemes, see ruling the world in his dreams. Zartan is never what he seems, and Baron is rocks that black leather outfit, shoots you quick and slip out the back of the pit. Yo, Joe, Cobra, Logan's here to give his G.I. Joe takes. Oh yeah, Yo, Joe, Cobra, talking about the characters, it's a G.I. Joe thing.
Mature content warning. On Logan's Joe Takes, strategic commentary may include strong language, heated opinions, classified references, time to call in the Joes. Opposing forces may attempt audio interference. Logan's Joe Takes. Mission begins now.
Hello, welcome tonight to Joe Takes 60. I'm covering the character Vypra tonight. I'm going to give my take on this character who's not that well known. A lot of people don't even know who Vypra is, and that's cool, but I'll explain why. Tonight is the first exclusive episode of Joe Takes on the G.I. Joe Gamer channel. I mean, down the line, I might rerun the video on From the Hilt or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where we're going to take all this, but we're having a good time. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. We get some music jamming in the background because I don't like all the sound of my air conditioner and stuff going. As you can see, I am in a new locale in my home, so I'm no longer in the dungeon. We're up in the Hilt Fam studio now, I guess, is what we're going to call it. In the background. I'm going to say hi to my friends in the chat here. Hello, Nature Dog Realms, Mama Chris. It's always good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We got Just Laws in the house, my friend. We got lots to talk about for Just Laws tonight, so hang tight. And we got Cool Gamer in the house, and I start Mama Chris's other comment for it. But there you are, buddy. Good to see you, Cool Gamer. Nice to see everybody tonight. You got way too many good generations of one of my songs and can't decide which you like best. So annoying. Well, the radio show is tomorrow night on From the Hilt, so please check us out there. Immediately following this show, I'm going to have to wrap this up in less than an hour, is the new show Logan's Overwatch, specifically for the G.I. Joe Gamer channel. So hope you guys stick around for that. I've got two co-hosts who are going to be joining me, two team members, as I'm going to call them. Victor Gibson and Brian from Gaming with ADHD, so please check that out. We got a Mouty in the house. Hello, Tigers. Good to see you. Oh, geez. It's a lecture for taking so long. No, Jess, I'm not going to give you a lecture. You got it right under the wire, and I'm glad I waited because it made everything really cool, and I hope everybody's going to enjoy that right near the end of the show. I'm going to be playing the first part of G.I. Joe Lady Bloodstrike, which I'm going to be making over the course of the next 2 months. And in September, I will premiere the full movie. So you get to see the preamble tonight, the very first part. Well, it's Act 1, Scene 1 is next month with Jinx. This month is Vypra, who is the standout in this video. Just lost saying hi to Tiger. Why doesn't Tiger have a wrench? You know what? I don't know why Tiger doesn't have a wrench. And I'll tell you why. Because Tiger doesn't really come over to the G.I. Joe Gamer channel very often, and it looks like Mama Chris needs a wrench too. So we will fix that right now. Does Cool Gamer have a wrench? No, Cool Gamer does not have a wrench. Guess what? You get a wrench, and you get a wrench, and you get a wrench. And there we are, all wrenched up. We're just all packing wrenches over here. No worries, no worries. Do not know. Maybe I'm not trustworthy. I think if anybody's more trustworthy, it's got to be my wife, Tiger. Thank you for being here, everybody. All right, let's get into this. And the way we start Joe Takes, I was laughing. Good to have you here. Good to have some good times and some laughs. We're going to take a look at this character here. I do not have any vintage figures, so what I'm going to do. This character didn't really have vintage figures. She kind of came out after the original 13-year run, like about 3 years after the run ended in 1994, 97 or 98. I'm not 100% sure which, but it's right around there. And she came out with this vehicle right here called the Cobra Rattler 4-wheel drive. And the reason why I love this picture is because this guy, what the F is going on here with Wild Weasel? Because Wild Weasel is the pilot of a Cobra plane called the Cobra Rattler. And so they brought out a vehicle and they called it Rattler, but it's a Jeep, not a plane. So I thought it was pretty funny. Now, Vypra herself originally looked like this. She was basically a Jinx figure, which we'll get into Jinx next month on Joe Takes. But Jinx is a pretty cool, she's Storm Shadow's cousin, and she's a ninja, and she's awesome. But Vypra is an incredible character. And I have some interesting ideas for her backstory, which I'll jump into a little bit later. Right now, we're going to look at the figure that I do have, and that is the Vypra figure from the Python Patrol in the Classified series, which I think is super sweet. She basically is a chemo. Right now, I'm not really remembering her name. It was a character that came out for the movie figures, and she was pretty cool. It's basically the same body with a different head sculpt, but same equipment, same weapons, and everything. But this character has this mask, and underneath she just looks like a ninja. But pretty cool, pretty cool. Now I'll be playing her on Joe Takes video a little later to give you a better look at her and a better look at some of the other stuff. And I'll be playing her file card too. Jinx is one of your favorite Joes. Mine too. I like Jinx. She's my favorite lady Joe. I have a question that I should know the answer to by now. Is her head a skull or does she wear a mask? Well, I just answered that, isn't it? She has a different mask too. Yes, underneath her mask is another mask. How Naruto over. But does she have a what mask? A fox face? No. That would be the blue ninja. A fox face. Tiger's asking me if she has a fox face. And I do have a character that has a fox face. It's a female blue ninja, which will be showcased in the next part of G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright, which will be in the Jinx video next month. I'll be filming that very short. Let me see here. I've got to make sure I got all the stuff I need. So load this one up too. I almost forgot about it. Let's see. Okay, Karan Cobra then. Yes. That's okay. No, that's cool. No, this character here though. I thought the Blue Ninja, which was the same body, same everything, same accessories. So this is like the third character they brought out. Same figure, same accessories, just repainted. But I think Vypra with the Python Patrol motif is just the red, the gold, and the black. It's just really awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but and maybe in the video for her, the On Joe Takes, you'll see it better. But that there on her skull, painted on there, that's the Eye of Sauron. I don't know what they were thinking. Could be a beholder, but it looks like, I know it's supposed to represent her third eye. But it's pretty cool because this character has ninja training too. So they're all ninjas. Now, we're going to check out the box for this character. This is what she came in as. Remember the Python Patrol. Now, I like this character a lot. And so when I was writing the script for the new Lady Bloodright movie, that it's a play mode. It's just us playing with our toys basically, but we're having a good time. But the artwork for her on this was just incredible. And on the back, it shows you her accessories, which she's number 88 in the series. Right there. Now, in these boxes, I really liked it. When they went back to the window packaging, they didn't do this anymore. But these boxes came with a book locker that had the name of the character and the number and the series of the character. If I have this thing, 88. I don't think it really matters upside down, right side up. But then it has a Cobra symbol on the side. What it does is you pop open the box and it has all her accessories in there. I've got them out on the character. We're gonna take a look at them. We're gonna pull her swords out and her bow, and I'll show you some of the cool stuff, some of the cool features it has. There's the art on the side of the box in black and white, and I really love this. These ones, you just put the figure back in the box and you slide it back in and you hang it on the wall and it's all set up. I mean, sometimes the window packaging is nice, but I kind of like that too. So it was good stuff. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys, I like 8 songs that were practiced for tonight. They are almost total nonsense, except some of it makes sense. And it's really scary stuff. I thought I was going to say, well, we'll have to check it out, Jess. Not anything I put into the prompts in the lyrics. Yeah, I gone mad. It happens. It happens. So let's break down her accessories. We'll start with this really cool skull mask that she comes with. I mean, like I said, Eye of Sauron. I love it. It looks just like a leather strap or elastic strap that goes around her head. And it's just black on the inside. It's kind of cool. Let's see. The mask is so creepy. I wonder if it's made from a real skull. You know, that's what it looks like. It really does. So it's somebody she killed that she really probably hated. Now, there was cussing and talking demons and souls. I think Suno is possessed. Maybe today they are. All right, so let's break it down. We got the bow, which is pretty cool. I'll get into that in a second. But let's take her backpack off. Now, this is a remake of Storm Shadow's backpack. Now, I don't really care for this design because it puts the swords in the wrong position for the bows unless the character is left-handed. If the character is left-handed, it's all good. But if she wants to reach for the arrows, they got to be over here. And if she's left-handed, then she's got to pull the swords out. Weird. But if she's right-handed, all this goes like this. And it really is not very functional in reality. But it's a cool-looking toy, and it holds all the accessories. It's got, you know, it got your ninja toe for the short sword, and then you've got your katana that just slide right in there. They stick in there really good, so it's kind of cool they don't fall out. All right, now what's really cool about this is it's got the Rashikage symbol on there, which means they're saying she has a Rashikage ninja training, which it's hard to grasp in the concept of the G.I. Joe universe because Rashikage doesn't exist anymore. It didn't, supposedly, when she learned her ninja skills. Mostly she was trained by the Baroness, but the Baroness is rumored to have been trained by Storm Shadow in many iterations. But one of the arrows just slides right out, and it slides right back in, and it is almost not noticeable that it's a separate piece, which I thought was really cool. Maybe she's ambidextrous. I like that. I like that version, Jess. I think she's left-handed, but that's me. Maybe she stole it. Maybe she did steal it. Now, see, in order for her to steal it, she would have had to kill an Arashikage. But all the remaining surviving Arashikage members are still alive, with the exception. I mean, they're not, they haven't been killed yet. But what I wanted to show you with the bow is pretty cool. Let's see. I'm using the wrong word. No worries. Now with the bow, this particular accessory has this. It's like I said, it's set up. The artwork is backwards because it's set up for a left-handed use because the bow, the grip is here at the top where they show on the box art. You got the box art. They got the box art where the grip is at the bottom. But if that's the case, and you want the arrow on the right side, it has to be set up left-handed. I almost set it backwards myself, but there it is, and it just sits right on there. And the cool thing is, you can actually set it up to where it's right over here on the bow, and it goes right onto the string. So that's pretty good. It doesn't do it. You got to put it on there, but yeah, there's no clip for it or anything, but it's pretty cool. You can actually make it look like she is firing an arrow, which I thought was pretty interesting for just a toy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe the skull came from one of the Arashikage. That's an interesting idea. Heavy, those Arashikage things are in Neverwinter Nights. I think that's a different terminology, Jess, but maybe you're right. Who knows? Rashikage was something that was created by Larry Hama, the writer of the Marvel G.I. Joe comic series, which is what I base most of my stories off of, and kind of add to that universe if I can. My own personal Joe verse. When it's Larry Hama, I call it the Hama verse. Now, see, what I like to do is just put these accessories so I don't lose any right back in the foot locker, which is kind of cool. Well, what's happening now? That's the figure of Vypra that I have. Like I said, there was one that came out in '97, and they came up with a couple of others in the early 2000s, and where they came out with one more in the 2000s, and then they came out with one for the Collectors Club exclusive, but we're talking in the smaller size. The first two were 3 3/4 inch. The third one was a 4-inch figure, and then this is a 6-inch figure, but I'm not sure if it's exactly 6 inches because it's shorter than a lot of other ones. And for comparison, I've got the biggest Joe of them all right here, Gung Ho. I mean, there's nobody taller than Gung Ho, really. Just is a massive figure. Well, they've made bigger figures since then, but he's still pretty tall for a G.I. Joe. It was the first one that they made in the right scale as far as to the other characters, which was really cool. Well, there's another reason I have him out here, because we got to get into the character here. And in order to do that, I'm going to play her file card that I put together for you. So you can check that out. So let's turn this music off and let's jump into codename Vypra.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
It's a Cobra, code name Vypra. A rattler, Jeep driver, file name Anaconda, birthplace New Orleans, Louisiana. Primary specialty intelligence, secondary specialty martial arts. Vypra was born in New Orleans, but was raised in the backwoods and swamps of Louisiana. She grew up mean, nasty, and uncontrollable. She would have enlisted in the military, but regarded soldiers as wimps. She finally signed up with Cobra, liking both the name and the attitude of the organization. She rose astonishingly fast through the ranks and proved herself as someone not to be underestimated. Although her primary specialty is as driver of the Rattler 4-wheel drive, she doesn't need to be behind the wheel of a Cobra vehicle to be a threat to the G.I. Joe. She's just as effective all by herself and even purportedly has ninja training. How'd that happen? From General Hawk's files. Where does Cobra find people like this? Vypra looks small and slight, but she drives the Rattler like she's in a monster truck show. The only thing more dangerous than her driving skills are her fighting techniques. She's one of the nastier threats to come out of Cobra's rank and files in recent years. Y'all see that? I've got more.
Just says that's a Lonely Island song. I like it. I thought it was pretty cool. She just is a neat character. I loved her file card, and like I said, a little bit of her background. But before we do that, I'm going to play the other video, her on Joe Takes, so you can get a better look at the figure and some of the images for the character too. No, just all. That's right. That's going to be that was in the file card with all the images of the character. Now here's the on Joe Takes, so you can see what the character really looks like. Because it's a pretty cool deal. Oh wow, that's the wrong one. So I'm going to have to take the time to reload that video. And what I'm going to do for you is just talk about the character here. What we got here. Sort of, it's a Saturday Night Live digital short. Cool. Yeah, I loaded up for the love of comics for some reason, which is kind of cool because I have a Special Missions. I have part 2 that's out already, which I hope you guys enjoyed the first 2 parts of that for the love of comics, G.I. Joe Special Missions, which is on both channels. Okay, character Gung Ho, and the reason why I have him out. Well, they say that she's from the swamps in Louisiana. He's from the swamps in Louisiana. They say she comes from a clan in the swamps of Louisiana. He comes from a clan in the swamps of Louisiana. That's quite a coincidence. So I'm saying they come from the same ninja clan. I'm sorry, not ninja clan, swamp or Cajun clan. Now he has over 400 family members in his clan. So I'm saying she calls him her uncle, but she never liked him. And he never really paid her much attention because he was off. She was just a little girl, when she was growing up, and he was in the military already and gone and a Marine and doing his thing with the G.I. Joe team. Now, so when Vypra came up and around, her uncle Etienne was not around. He was just not where, like maybe when she was little, maybe he was around and talked to her and played with her, like family does, And the Lafitte clan, there is one episode of the G.I. Joe Sunbow cartoon where Cobra took the G.I. Joe's families and they made a big deal out of it. There was one last name on the list that they hadn't gone to yet, and that was Gung Ho's family. But when they went into the swamps to get Gung Ho's family, coincidentally, it was the Baroness who did that. She had to flee because they just ruled the Cobras. They just kicked their butts. It was a really cool episode. Now, I'm saying that's kind of the origins of where Layla comes from, or Anaconda is the name they give her on her file card, but I think that's an alias because her name is Anna A. Conda, and it comes out to Anaconda, which is kind of dumb. But it's kind of fun too, and they tried to, do as cool as Larry Hama did when they made her file card, but clearly he was not writing the file cards anymore by that point. I've not heard from Ray for a while. He probably should have been home a few hours ago. That's not good. Well, I hope he's okay, but you'll think about it that later. Okay, I hope yes, we'll give him a call, Jess. Maybe he just needs to, maybe he's off doing something. Maybe you never know. I saw his video. Rudina put out a new video recently of Maisie the cat. It was pretty cool. So I'm thinking that when she was fleeing the Cobras, she ran into Layla. Layla, disillusioned with the entire clan, her life, ran into this powerful Cobra agent. Even though she had to flee, she was one woman still standing up to a 400 family member clan of Cajuns like this, and he wasn't the biggest one when he went home. So it was kind of cool. Very, very cool episode. Captains of Cobra. It's a two-parter in the Sunbow cartoon. Check it out. Now, later on, they had a character in Worlds Without End. Another two-parter in a different universe where the Baroness had a Cobra officer that was her number 2. A female Cobra officer, a blonde female Cobra officer, she called Layla. And that's where I get the idea of Layla. Now, later on, and I've got images of that right here to show you Layla. This was Layla in Worlds Without End. And here's another image of her up close. And to me, that is Vypra. Now, let's see, I've got another image I can bring up for you. Just have to get into her file card folder. And I had meant to do this up too. There was another episode where the Baroness took over Cobra because she had the spell of the siren. She had what's the name of the episode? She had the conch shell that she blew into like the siren, and it was men's minds would be jelly to her. She could dominate them. And she took over Cobra. She was starting to take over G.I. Joe. She had most of the Joes were her servants. And they had a bunch of female Joes. Lady J and Scarlet and CoverGirl got together to stop Cobra in that episode. It's a fun ladies episode, and I love those. I don't know if it's some of my favorites. But in that, there again, around the Baroness, you see these blonde female Cobra officers. There were 2 of them, little Cobra troopers. And so to me, there's Layla again. It's an interesting coincidence to me, but I turned it not into a coincidence. I'm saying that was Layla as she was going up to the ranks in Cobra. So she was there to me the whole time, throughout the whole cartoon series and everything, being trained by the Barons until she became Vypra. Which I think Vypra is a kick-ass character, and I hope you guys like her too. Now that is my take on Vypra. Now I do have this other video to show you, and I have to cut things short tonight because I have the Overwatch next. But let me see. Well, there was a short he put out yesterday. There was a dog someone bought and brought into CES. It was like 600 views in less than an hour. He said that that had never happened. It's been happening to me a lot lately too, Jess. So congrats to Rudini. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. I agree with you. So, Gung-Ho, Uncle Gung-Ho, Uncle Etienne, whether she's jealous, just hateful, or spurned, who knows? With a clan like that, how are they marrying outside the clan? I mean, you know, maybe she had a thing for her, you know, the older clan member. I don't know. Either way, I know that she don't like Gung Ho, and she joined Cobra. Tiger, are you still here? Whoever is in here, you will chat. Well, Tiger's around, but we're kind of. They brought me some food that I haven't had a chance to eat yet. There you are. Yeah. All right. So, on that note, that's my take on Vypra. I hope you enjoyed that. Not a lot. There's not a lot of media other than that for Vypra, and I had to add to it and pull in some things from the lore and give my own version of it. Now, other than that, I don't think she may have been in some of the other comics that I'm not familiar with, but in the Laird Hamaverse, I don't think she was ever in it. He may have used her in some of the later IDWs that I missed, but I don't think so. So this is my take on Vypra, and I hope you enjoy this preamble for G.I. Joe Lady Bloodright that I have coming up for you. And I'm about to play it. Let me see what I got going on here. If I need to play anything else. Oh, yes. Okay, before I do that, I will play the On Joe Take 60 so you can get a good look at the character. And then we'll check out the preamble. So here is On Joe Take 60. If I can get the music off here and we'll get it going.
Layla, Layla, swamp, silk, and steel. Deep where the cypress roots twist like lies, she was raised on gator blood and fireflies. Folks say kin from Lafitte clan both ways. Some wore medals, she chose blade. Came up mean, came up fast, drove like a banshee, never looked back. No stars, no stripes, no kin she claimed, just a shadow voice that whispered her name. Oh, Layla, they call her Vypra, but one voice says Layla. Silk on her hips, steel in her stride, Cobra's own ghost with a crimson night guide. No oaths to break, no truth to kneel. She's the bite in the dark, swamp, silk and steel. Silk, back. They say one uncle wore on her like war paint, but she saw weakness, she learned restraint. Joined the fangs just to spite the Lafitte name, then found her fire in Cobra's flame. Layla, my blade, my shadow, strike not for glory, strike for command. Forget the blood, serve the will, become the ghost they fear to kill. Oh, Layla, they call her Vypra, but Lady calls her Layla. Where's the silence like a serpent's skin? Cuts through truth with a widow's grin. You won't hear her coming, won't feel the steel until you're swallowed whole by swamp, silk, and steel. Layla, Vypra, swamp, silk, and steel.
Yellow eyes. Yes, she has yellow eyes. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but well, let's look at the character of the figure of Vypra. I think it's a really good one. Hope you guys enjoyed my take on Vypra. And it's time for that preamble. Hope you guys enjoy this. It's taken some work to get this done, and I want to thank Jess Laws for the voices she's done. Who's done some voices in this. My family, Tiger played a big part. Jake and Red did voices also, and I just appreciate my whole family for all of that they've been putting up with me the last few days. And so thank you everybody, and I hope you enjoy the results of Bloodright, the preamble. Let's get into it.
The gang's all here. Well, most of us anyhow. What's this all about, Blood?
I'm as in the dark as you are, and that's major. To you?
Fuffed, get over yourself.
Not someone you want to be messing with, Bass.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Clearly someone who has no idea who they're talking to. Both of these two could squash you like a bug, Major. And by the by, last I remember, we four were given the rank of commander in this chicken shit organization, making us equals.
Harumps? Equals?
Somebody's got uppity breeches.
Don't touch me, gutter snipe.
You say one more harsh word to my sister.
Pause on. Biker trash.
That will be quite enough of that.
Haha, snatched.
Destro.
It is time. Everyone stand at attention for the new Cobra leader. New leader?
Ugh. Maybe we need to call you a ambulance.
When the crown is cracked, the vipers arrive. When the Hindus breaks in Ganting grind. Fussing got foxing silence marching down.
Four Eyes thinks she's the new
Is
commander.
this a joke?
Silence!
Crimson shadows rise in silence. We are the war beneath your skin. Strike from the throne of broken tyrants. The crown belongs to Crimson Blood in the sand, loyalty frees.
Cobra Commander is finished. We have searched the globe and found not even a trace. I believe that he is no longer of this world. Therefore, I am seizing control of everything and assuming command!
Shouldn't Night Adder step into this role, or Destro? You don't exactly have the authority, woman.
Night Adder has stepped back into the shadows, as he always does.
To recruit and build up the army again.
Tomex. Zamot. What say you?
We have pledged our loyalty to the Baroness.
Oh, really?
I go where the money goes.
Indeed. We do not have the time for posturing, and I do not have the patience nor even the desire to lead this rabble. Therefore, the Baroness is your only choice.
She doesn't have the balls for this job.
Do you wish to challenge my authority, Big Boa?
What?
All will bow before me!
Stick with the Baroness for now, sister. We still need this contract.
What about you?
There's something I need to do. Lead my dreadnoks for me.
Suits me fine.
I knew that it would.
I said, kneel before me!
Like hell. I accept the challenge.
A foolish mistake.
What are you gonna do, honey? Out.
Does anyone else wish to challenge me? And you lot?
Do we get the same deal as before?
I'm certain that we can come to an even better arrangement, seeing as how Zartan has opted out.
Oh, don't worry about him. You heard the lady. Bow. You worthless sons of whores.
That's Lady Commander now. Your queen!
Long live the queen!
It is time to crush G.I. Joe. We will run them to the ground and chase them back to their holes. They will pay for what they've done to our former commander. You know what to do, Layla.
Yes, my queen. As you wish.
We're being called to the Pentagon. Something big is happening, so I want you to call everyone in. Active protocol, barn door.
Barn door? That protocol requires at least one brigade officer.
Easy solution, Flint. I'm making you an acting major.
I told you that I wanted to remain in the field.
You're the best man for the job. Major.
Look at it this way, Flint. You're just keeping Hawk's seat warm while we're gone. Beachhead, keep things running for me.
Naturally. What now, Major? Shut up. Got it, sir. Anyway, I meant what's the barn door protocol? It means we're officially on lockdown. Shit. Shit is right. Call everyone back to their respective posts. What about Ninja Force and the Sarge? They're on radio silence. Yeah, I'll send Falcon and his team to collect them. Night Force is a good choice, but that means we'll need to leave Outpost Victor Bravo and the airbase at Alpha Lima active until they check in. That's going to put a big red X on Leatherneck and Airborne's team. We'll give them a heads up. They're going to need a bit more than that. I have just the team for such a mission. Yeah, but they've been itching for one last ride as a team anyhow. Alpha Squad, roll call! Scarlet, officer in charge. Stalker, platoon sergeant, team leader. Snake Eyes, badass. Rock and roll, guns a-blazing. Grunt, a rail officer. Clutch, driver, and all-around pain in the ass. Gung-ho! You're supposed to be on guard duty. What? And miss a fight? Not to mention my cameo. Okay. Okay? I said okay. Leatherneck and Airborne are going to need all the help that they can get. Alright then, Gung-Ho Cameo Joe. Looks like you're joining the Alpha Dogs for their last ride. Oh, goody.
Suits us just fine.
Outstanding. And that was the preamble to G.I. Joe Lady Bloodstrike. Now, there's going to be one part in each Joe Take. Next month, we'll kick it off with Jinx, the Joe Take 61. And then every week in July and August, there'll be another part. So it's going to be 10 parts in a row, so a total of 11 there. And then there's going to be a finale on an episode of Logan's Overwatch coming up in September. And then also in September, if I can, I will put it together into a full feature movie and play it on From the Hilt first, and then over on Logan the G.I. Joe Gamer channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun doing it. Like I said, thanks Jess, thanks Per, thanks Red and Jake, and thanks to my wife, the Tiger, who did the voice of the Baroness. I really appreciate everybody's help on that. And next up is in about 15 minutes is going to be Logan's Overwatch. Victor's going to be joining me for that. Hello, Victor. It's good to see you, buddy. Bro, I hope we have a good show tonight. And on that note, I got to say Logan out.
Logan's room full of Joe Take dreams. Crimson Guard with eyes on the team. Snake Eyes silent and mean, but tough to rile. Roblox rhymes and cooks with style. Duke as the first shirt, making with a plan. Cobra Commander schemes with his clan. Scarlet Sharp hits hard, flips fast. Destro's armor gleams from the past. Logan's G.I. Joe takes fierce and honest view. Red versus blue, it's up to you. Stay a while and listen for the consumerism. Logan's G.I. Joe's takes given with enthusiasm. Zartan shifting sneaks in disguise. Storm Shadow's blade cut through lies. Baron is cold with her deadly aim. Shipwreck laughs, wins the game. Doc's healing hand in the fray. Flint's shotgun clears the way. Major Blood's battle cry echoes near. General Hawk leads, we cheer. From the hilt on YouTube, tune in for a day. Joe takes to help you with your play. Let's put these characters to the test. Logan's the G.I. Joe gamer, plays it best. Joe, Cobra, let's go. Let's go. Logan's G.I. Joe takes fierce and honest view. Red versus blue, it's up to you. Stay a while and listen for the consumerism.